there, everybody. Happy 4th of July.
Woohoo! Happy Independence Day.
Yay. And also, welcome back to another episode of All Things, where today we're going to take a closer look at something very, very hot.
Yes, and it has been a hot summer, right?
It's been a very hot summer so far.
Sometimes we might even say it feels like we're sitting on the surface of the sun. It's been so hot.
I am glad, though, that we are not sitting on the surface of the sun because what we're going to talk about today sounds very, very dangerous.
Yes, it does.
So you guys look outside to know what the weather's going to be like today, right? You're going to see how you're going to dress, and you look out and you see the sun shining in the sky, you see blue skies.
Beautiful
you
day.
know that it's going to be a good day, right? You don't see the storms, you don't see the sun is shining, so it must be a good day. It's going to be a clear day, ready to go. But what you don't really know is what's actually happening on the sun while you're on Earth enjoying the sun.
Right. Did you know that up on the sun there can actually be storms? These storms are called solar storms, and it's kind of like giant fireballs coming out of the sun. And these storms, for the most part, don't have any impact to us.
Good, because I'm enjoying a sunny day.
I don't want to be on the receiving end of like fireballs coming out of the sun. But these storms flare up and cause explosion-like things coming out of the sun, and for the most part have no effect on us whatsoever. If it's a really, really, really bad solar storm, it might interrupt like radio signals, or maybe you have issues with your cell phone that day. But for the most part, no real big side effects for us.
Okay.
Which is good, because nobody wants to be on the receiving end of an explosion, especially one from the sun.
So why are we talking about exploding things from the sun today?
Well, I mean, other than it's 4th of July, and probably some of you are going to go watch some things explode later, but...
Yeah, some fireworks. Well, guess what? Just like the sun can have an explosion and it not interrupt or cause much damage, we're going to talk about the explosions that you and I may occasionally have, and not like you and I, but like you and I, all of us collectively. If we explode or get angry and hot and heated, we can cause a lot of trouble.
Yep. And those explosions always end up directed at somebody. These explosions come out in the form of angry words. These explosions come out in the form of maybe some not kind actions to somebody. These explosions take over and will immediately affect the people that are in your midst.
So while the sun has lots of, solar flares or storms and has no or little to no consequences for its behavior, our explosions have lots of consequences to them, whether it be broken relationships, hurt feelings, loss of a friend, all of those types of things. So before we explode or have these urges to explode or to get angry with one another, you need to stop and you need to pray and you need to calm yourself down, because we know that God is in all things, right? So God is creating and holding in his hand the solar flares of the sun and making sure that they don't cause any harm to everybody else, but he's also holding you in his hands and helping you to calm down so that you don't have those explosions that are going to hurt or break relationships with your friends or family. So you always have to take a breath, take a moment, relax, calm yourself down, say a quick prayer if you need to before you have those things come out of your mouth, and you can never take them back.
Never take them back. And because we know that God is in all things, we know that he is in our actions, whether good or bad. And so we have the ability to control our explosions. We also have the ability to apologize, and we have the ability to ask for forgiveness if those explosions come out when we don't want them to.
Yeah. So our suggestion, it's easier said than done, but leave the storms to the sun. It'll just work out better that way.
It's better for everybody.
Happy 4th of July again. Make sure you're safe.
Yes, and have a great week, and we'll see you guys here next week for
All Things.